62, a grandmother, and a 20-year resident of rural Susquehanna County, Pennsylvania. Vera Scroggins, born at a refugee camp in Germany, is being targeted by the giant oil corporation Cabot. Vera's been documenting and giving tours of the gas industry's operations in and around Dimock, Pennsylvania. Houston-based Cabot Oil and Gas has over 500 violations in Susquehanna County alone. On October 22nd, the county judge issued an order denying Scroggins access to any of Cabot's properties. They lease 40% of Susquehanna County, including most of the school districts. Pennsylvania's gas country. Current Governor Tom Corbett, he's an industry advocate. Prior governors, Rendell and Ridge, a Democrat and a Republican, are both highly compensated lobbyists for the gas industry. Welcome to From the Front Lines. Here we go. Vera Scroggins.
Friday late morning, two sheriffs came to my house and they gave me papers. And the papers were about a lawsuit. And it said Cabot Oil and Gas versus Vera Scroggins. The sheriff says to me, the hearing is Monday. I said, Monday? How come so fast? I said, well, that's what it is, Monday. Monday at 9 o'clock. Since I brought in the celebrity tour with Yoko Ono and her son Sean, Lennon, and also Susan Sarandon and Arun Ghandi, and we had a whole busload from New York City, 50 people on a bus with media and citizens and celebrities. Since I brought them into the county, those who want gas feel more threatened, it seems, and now they've started a smear campaign trying to say awful things about me, negative, immoral things about me, so that they can destroy my credibility. And now this area has been invaded by the industrialization of the gas industry. So we have now almost 800 wells, gas wells, in 5 years, and dozens of compressor stations, and more coming, and then hundreds of miles of high-pressure pipelines. So Cabot is so interested in keeping me away from their properties, because for 5 years I've been exposing them and showing them on citizen tours and showing elected officials, citizens, farmers, media, documentarians, what's happening to us, that they want to make sure that I don't come near their leased properties. Since I've been also calling in to the DEP, to the EPA, to the NRC, to OSHA, and telling them whenever I see what I can possibly consider is a violation, and they've been violated a number of times. And they were recently violated twice now, because under OSHA, for their fracking practices, using the subcontractors of Halliburton and Baker Hughes. And Monday morning I came, 9 o'clock, and there's a whole group of people there. A whole bunch of lawyers and a whole bunch of people. Cabot has 4 lawyers. One of the lawyers is actually from our town here. His name is Raymond Davis. He was with them. 3 of them were actually from Cabot, and then he was with them. And he's the president of the Bar Association in our county. So we start the thing. I'm sitting behind the 4 lawyers. I'm sitting at the table behind them. Judge Siemens is the main judge here, Kenneth Siemens. And he asked me, he says, do you have a lawyer with you? And I said, no, I'm by myself. And I would, he says, okay, well, let's go, we got to start. And then I said, but I would like to have more time to get an attorney. He goes, no, you have to give me 24 hours notice, which I didn't know anything about. I didn't know you have to give 24 hours notice. I didn't see that in any of the paperwork. So he says, well, we're going to have to start. These people came all the way from Pittsburgh. That's hours away. And it becomes like a trial. Cabot attorneys called their witnesses. They asked them questions, what they allege I did, what kind of trespassing in the different sites, on the different dates. And then they say, I can cross-examine. So all of a sudden, I'm a lawyer. I'm cross-examining. I'm questioning them and then asking them questions and want more clarification. And I bring up all kinds of points. And then the judge the Cabot lawyers will say, they object. We go through like 10 witnesses and it lasts for 4 hours. We get a lunch break in between but the total time for the cross-examination is like 4 hours. And at some point, even into it, in the beginning, maybe after about 15 minutes, I say to the judge, there's a transcript, going on. I say to the judge, why wouldn't you give me time to get a lawyer? Why don't you give me more time? Because I still couldn't understand it. My mind couldn't comprehend. He says, because I told you, you have to give me 24 hours notice. And then he says to me, but you see, these lawyers, they came from a long distance. They put this together. It's going to cost a lot of money. If you can be responsible for the money, you can be responsible for these lawyers having to travel for this long distance and preparing all this. And so I said, oh, so then I continued. I went through the whole thing. And then he said, you can testify too if you want. And he gave me some advice. He goes, better not to testify because you could incriminate yourself. And at this point, the court order that I was given in Montrose, that was signed by Judge Kenneth Siemens, states, it's a temporary order, that I cannot step on any bit of Cabot lease property in this county, in the United States, anywhere that Cabot on this planet has leased property. I cannot step on any inch of it, not just on their industrial sites, not just on their developed sites, on their gas pads or access roads, but anywhere. So I can't visit my friends. I have a whole bunch of friends and businesses that I visit that are Cabot leased, and there's about 2 or 3 school districts I can't go to. I have now an attorney who's willing to represent me because of the civil rights issues and the landowner issues. And he said he's never seen or heard of such a broad order anywhere in the history of our legal system. Most of the county refuses to speak publicly. They don't want to upset the gas companies. They want, if they're getting checks, they want those checks to keep coming. They don't want the gas to be turned off. I've had farmers say to me, I buy my own water since they started to drill. I don't want the checks to stop. I will buy my water. I will take quick showers. How is this a way to live? Why should we hide what is going on here? So I am not hiding it. I'm letting the world know. And that's why we have New York is still closed for 5 years and more. The borders of New York are closed to drilling. We have other countries that have come here and they enacted bans and moratoriums. We want them to know and make their rational, scientific decision based on the facts, what's happening, not based on rhetoric, not based on rumors, not based on industry propaganda.
It begs to question, why did Cabot Oil go to such extremes to silence one person? Vera Scroggins is in the ring with Cabot Oil and Gas. Here's the facts. Vera has been giving citizen drilling and fracking tours in Susquehanna County, Pennsylvania that have resulted in national media attention negative to Cabot. Vera is served with papers from a multi-billion-dollar corporation on Friday in order to appear in court on Monday at 9 a.m. Then she is denied a continuance by the judge and told she'd be held liable for Cabot lawyers' expenses if she didn't proceed with the trial.
I would like to see, first of all, a moratorium in our state. We have enough cases in 40 counties showing contamination. DEP has over 100 families so far, 100 landowners documented showing that gas drilling has impacted their water. 161 cases on file right now.
So as you can see, when it comes to hydrofracking, Vera knows what she's talking about. And in the courtroom, against long odds, eyewitnesses say that Vera was incredible.